Have you ever stopped to think about what keeps our cities running? I mean, behind the scenes, those massive skyscrapers, the sprawling urban landscapes who make sure they actually work?
It's kind of an invisible force, isn't it? There's this whole world dedicated to keeping things ticking over efficiently, safely.
Exactly. And what if we told you it's a multi-billion-dollar industry dedicated purely to making these huge structures function flawlessly, day in, day out, often completely unnoticed?
It's fascinating when you dig into it. The complexity is just enormous.
Well, that's exactly what we're doing today, a deep dive into facility management, or FM, specifically in the Gulf Cooperation Council region. So we're talking Saudi Arabia, the UAE, Qatar, Bahrain, Kuwait, Oman, places really building the future right now.
We're basing this on insights from the GCC Facility Management Market Size and Forecast 2030 report. So solid data, recent forecasts.
Our mission today, to really unpack what facility management is all about. We'll look at the growth, which is pretty staggering what's driving it, the challenges, the roadblocks.
And the trends shaping where it's all headed, the cutting-edge stuff. The idea is to give you a quick but really thorough grasp of an industry that's, frankly, critical to modern urban life.
Absolutely. Ready to get a sharp insight into this. Let's start with the basics then. What is facility management? Because let's be honest, a lot of people just think maintenance, right?
That's the common idea, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's so much broader. Think of it more like an integrated strategy. It's about managing the whole physical environment where an organization operates.
Integrated how?
Well, it's coordinating everything, the people, the processes, the technology, to make sure buildings aren't just, standing and functional, but also safe, efficient, and increasingly sustainable.
Okay, so the goal isn't just fixing things. It's about creating spaces that are productive, comfortable.
Exactly. For employees, visitors, anyone using this facility. And crucially, doing that while optimizing the running costs and making sure everything complies with regulations. There's a lot of compliance involved.
Right. And you mentioned the scope is broad. What kind of activities are we talking about? Beyond changing light bulbs, as you said.
Oh, way beyond. Yes, there's building maintenance, cleaning, security, the essentials, but also health and safety management, energy management, which is huge, even space planning, how the space is actually used.
Okay, so managing infrastructure, dealing with vendors, making sure the big systems like HVAC, the heating, ventilation, air conditioning are running perfectly.
Precisely. Implementing sustainable practices, that's a big part of it now, too. It even stretches into strategic planning for facility use, overseeing capital projects, and managing the entire life cycle of the assets within the building.
Wow. So it really covers the entire life cycle, from planning to operation to maybe even decommissioning.
Absolutely. It's a cradle-to-grave responsibility for the physical environment.
Which makes sense when you think about the scale we're dealing with in the GCC. So how big is this market? Let's talk numbers.
Okay, get ready for this. In 2024, the GCC facility management market was valued at USD 64.09 billion.
64 billion, that's already massive.
Right, but here's the really interesting part. It's forecast to reach USD 115.82 billion by 2030.
Wow, nearly double.
Yeah, growing at a compound annual growth rate, CAGR, of 10.2% between 2025 and 2030. That's a very significant growth.
That's incredibly strong. Any particular country leading the charge?
Yes, Saudi Arabia held the largest market share in 2024.
Makes sense, given Vision 2030.
Exactly. It's driven by those huge infrastructure projects, the rapid urbanization, all those national development plans, NEOM, the Red Sea Project, the Riyadh Metro. These are mega projects demanding sophisticated FM.
And within FM itself, are there specific services that are driving the value?
Good question. The report highlights facility property management is holding the largest share in 2024.
Okay, and why that specifically?
Well, think about the construction boom. Property management covers those absolute core functions: maintaining building systems, HVAC, plumbing, electrical, plus landscaping, waste management, safety compliance. It's all about keeping these new, complex assets running well and maximizing their lifespan.
Got it. And any particular industry vertical showing faster growth than others?
Yes, healthcare is identified as the fastest growing segment for FM services.
Interesting. Reflects a big regional focus on health infrastructure, I suppose.
Definitely. New hospitals, clinics, research facilities, they all need specialized management.
So this boom is clear, but what's really powering it? Driver number one seems pretty obvious, all that construction.
Absolutely. Rapid urbanization and infrastructure development, it's explosive across the GCC. Saudi Arabia, the UAE in particular, building new residential areas, commercial towers, industrial zones, huge mixed-use developments.
Just look at the skylines of Dubai, Riyadh, Doha.
Exactly. And the stats back it up. Over 85% of the GCC population now lives in urban areas. That puts huge pressure on infrastructure.
And the investment is just colossal, isn't it?
It is. The UAE alone, for example, plans to invest USD 23 billion in infrastructure by 2030. And think about the major events Expo 2020 in Dubai, the FIFA World Cup in Qatar.
Right. Those required enormous infrastructure builds that now need ongoing management.
Precisely. And then there are the Saudi Vision 2030 initiatives. All this creates a massive continuous demand for efficient FM.
Okay, so urbanization is key. What's the second major driver?
That would be the increased focus on sustainability and energy efficiency. This is a big shift.
A necessary one, perhaps, given the climate and energy use?
Very much so. The GCC countries are pushing hard for green building practices, reducing their environmental footprint.
Are there specific targets or regulations driving this?
Oh, yes. The UAE mandates 20% energy savings in new buildings through its green building regulations. Saudi Arabia is aiming for a 50% reduction in building energy use by 2030. These are serious targets.
And facility managers are the ones who have to make it happen on the ground.
They are crucial. They're the ones implementing green tech, optimizing energy use, think smart HVAC, LED lighting, and helping buildings get certifications like LEED or BREEAM. It's about making these impressive buildings responsible too.
Okay, and the third driver you mentioned, technology, I assume.
Spot on. The adoption of smart technologies and IoT integration. It's transforming FM. Buildings are getting smarter.
More connected.
Exactly. Managers are using digital tools to optimize everything. Remote monitoring, predictive maintenance, real-time energy adjustments.
How widespread is this smart tech integration?
Well, as of 2024, the report suggests over 40% of new buildings in the UAE integrate IoT and building management systems, BMS.
40%. Okay, so that supports things like smart HVAC adjusting based on who's in the room.
Yeah, or sensors on elevators or AC units that flag potential problems before they cause a breakdown. Think predictive maintenance.
We see examples like the Emirates Financial Towers, Liberty House, complex buildings relying on this tech to manage things like multiple high-speed elevators, power backups.
It's essential for managing that level of complexity efficiently.
Yeah.
The buildings are, in a way, communicating their status constantly.
Right. So huge growth, powerful drivers, but it can't all be smooth sailing. What are the roadblocks, the challenges this industry faces in the GCC?
A really significant one is the skilled labor shortage. And tied to that, talent retention.
Finding the right people.
Exactly. Despite the growth, there's a gap in finding enough trained, experienced FM professionals. You need specialized skills. HVAC techs, electricians, security specialists, people who understand the smart tech.
And these skills are hard to find locally.
Often, yes, which leads to reliance on expatriate workers. And that comes with its own challenges, visa issues, high turnover rates.
Which must disrupt operations and push up costs for hiring and training.
Definitely. High turnover is a major headache. It impacts consistency and the bottom line.
Okay, so talent is one big challenge. What's another?
High operational costs and budget constraints. Managing these state-of-the-art complex buildings isn't cheap.
Especially with the climate, right?
Yeah.
Air conditioning must be a huge expense.
Massive. Energy costs are significant.
Yeah.
Plus the technology itself, maintaining sophisticated systems. It all adds up.
And at the same time, organizations are often under pressure to cut costs, so FM budgets get squeezed.
It's a constant balancing act. Pressure to deliver high quality and efficiency, but often with tight budgets. This can potentially lead to cutbacks that affect service or building quality if not managed carefully.
So how are FM companies dealing with that pressure?
They're heavily investing in those energy-efficient technologies we talked about and automation, trying to find savings and efficiencies wherever they can. It forces innovation, in a way.
Okay, so we've got the drivers, the challenges. How is the market evolving right now? What are the key trends shaping the future?
Well, building on what we just discussed, one major trend is the continued and accelerating adoption of smart tech and automation. It's moving beyond just being a driver to becoming standard practice.
So more IoT, more AI, more integrated BMS.
Absolutely. Pushing towards things like AI-powered predictive maintenance becoming the norm, automated security features, even exploring things like robotic cleaning for large spaces.
The goal being?
Enhancing efficiency, cutting those operational costs we mentioned, improving the experience for building users, and reducing human error, streamlining everything.
Makes sense. And the second key trend, back to sustainability.
Yes, the emphasis on sustainability and green building practices is only getting stronger. It aligns with global goals, but also those specific, ambitious regional targets.
Like Saudi Arabia aiming for 50% of new builds meeting green standards by 2030.
Exactly. and aiming to cut 130 million tons of carbon emissions annually by 2030. These government mandates are creating huge demand for green SM solutions, sustainable designs, and those certifications like LEED.
So FM is becoming central to achieving national sustainability goals.
Very much so. It's a key enabler.
This market sounds incredibly dynamic. Are there recent examples like deals or new tech rollouts that illustrate these trends?
Oh, definitely. There's been a lot of activity. For instance, back in September 2023, Aldar Estates acquired FAB properties. That was a huge deal, significantly expanding Aldar's portfolio.
Creating a massive player in the market.
Right. It brought their managed residential units to over 157,000 and secured FM contracts worth around 0.68 billion US dollars. Shows consolidation and scaling up.
And on the technology side?
Plenty happening there, too. In April 2024, SmartCheck, which is a SaaS platform for FM, got debt funding to grow faster. Shows investor confidence in digital FM tools.
Okay.
Also in April 2024, Emerald launched something called TechSphere, an advanced digital FM solution. And in March 2024, MDOT partnered with Taliesin Technologies specifically to develop data-driven smart building solutions focused on energy optimization.
So lots of focus on digital tools, data, energy efficiency.
Exactly. And it's not just big commercial buildings. In January 2024, NG Solutions in Kuwait got a contract for energy efficiency solutions across various facilities, mosques, hotels, you name it.
It's interesting how diverse the applications are. You also mentioned storage earlier.
Yes, some interesting developments there too. In January 2025, Cuboid, a UK self-storage operator, launched Business in a Box in the region, combining storage with office space for startups. Shows FM adapting to new work styles.
Flexible solutions.
And there was a merger between Anytime Storage Property Management and StoreTech Management, creating a larger, unified self-storage management platform. Again, consolidation and scaling in a growing niche.
It really paints a picture of a market that's maturing and innovating rapidly. And who are the big international players we see active in the GCC?
You see the major global names, companies like CBRE, ISS, Sodexo, Compass Group, Cushman & Wakefield, JLL,
Jones Lang LaSalle, yeah.
Aramark, Johnson Controls. These are the big firms shaping the industry alongside strong regional players.
Okay. So to wrap things up, we've dived deep into the GCC facility management market. It's clear it's a sector experiencing really fast growth, driven by massive urbanization, tech adoption.
But also facing real challenges, especially around finding skilled talent and managing high operational costs. Sustainability is becoming absolutely central too.
Hopefully you now have a much clearer picture of what's driving this vital industry forward.
And thinking about that future, as technology keeps accelerating and these GCC cities continue their incredible development, it does make you wonder, doesn't it?
Wonder what?
How will the role of the facility manager evolve? Are they moving from just being caretakers of buildings to becoming orchestrators of these complex, interconnected, smart urban ecosystems?
That's a fascinating thought. How might they shape not just the buildings, but the actual fabric of our future smart cities? Something to definitely keep thinking about.